Are you wanting to buy your own house but don't know where to start or how? Living in Auckland is quite expensive compared to other places in New Zealand. If you're renting a house, you'll pay between 600 to 800 or even more for a 3-bedroom house per week, depending on the location, size, and type of house. That's already a week's pay. That's why for us, my husband and I, it's better that we both work full-time for our family of 4. One would pay off the weekly rent and the other would pay the bills and groceries. For most Filipino residents in Auckland, buying a house is a goal because the weekly mortgage is just about the same amount as the weekly rent. Better to pay the money for the house you will have in the long run than pay the same bucks for renting the house you will never have. Purchasing a house in New Zealand is not really a long and tedious journey, but if you have no idea how the process is done, it can be a bit overwhelming. I'll start by sharing with you the 5 processes we underwent to get through it. Number 1, preparing. It is like planning, which is always the first step in the process of anything. This includes communicating with your family, especially your partner, about your future goals. When both of you are on the same page, only then you can move forward to achieving your buying a house goal. If one tries to save for the house but the other doesn't, it's obviously not fair and you'll struggle to come up with an amount big enough for the deposit. 2 people saving together is faster than just one. When we moved to Auckland in 2018, we dreamt of buying our own house in 5 to 10 years' time. But in 2019, after my salary assessment, I received an unexpected lump sum. Straight away, my partner told me to save it for our deposit. So I did, and I started searching online, asking friends on how to get our first home. I inquired with my banks, but our savings were still not enough. I needed to have at least 20% deposit at that time. House prices in Auckland, say in Mangere, were sitting at 600K. For a 3-bedroom house in 2019, 20% of it is 120,000. I needed to have around 6 times more than my lump sum. That's ridiculously high and impossible, I thought. I kept on searching online if there were other schemes to get us to our goal, and there was Kiwi Build. I applied for it, and the sum of our earnings was still within the bracket. Waiting for approval was another journey. Weeks later, still no updates. Then I received a pay increase a month later. I informed them straight away, thinking it would be to our advantage. Unfortunately, we got disqualified because of that pay increase. So disappointed, we almost gave up looking for more chances. But then we got unexpected acquaintances who happened to be brokers or just recently bought a house and gave us advice on how to purchase our first home. We've also contacted 2 mobile mortgage brokers who came to our place to offer us options. Those consultations were completely free of charge and were really fruitful in understanding the home loan process. However, we didn't go with them because we didn't have family and friends who could give us cash to add to our deposit. Our Kiwi Savers could have been an option too, but it was only 1.5 years old. We talked to other brokers as well, and some advised us to save up some more, and so we did. I looked for some extra jobs during weekends or holidays like gardening, cleaning, and gym instructing as well. I also worked in a strawberry farm for a week. It was hard labor, but still, it wasn't enough. You can't magic a big amount. We decided to have 1 room rented out, and we were able to save $250 a week. That's already something, even just for a few months. More importantly, we also tried not to spend excessively. Luckily, we're both not into expensive branded items. We usually went shopping together so we can keep an eye out on each other's spending. What he liked, I didn't, so I would stop him from buying it. And what I wanted to buy, he didn't like, thus he would do the same. Sometimes we even got home buying nothing. Although I would sneak out sometimes on my own to buy plants and garden ornaments, I normally buy very cheap ones, like around $1 only. It's also very rare that we go to fancy restaurants. Takeaways, yeah, maybe at least once a month.